Hello, it's Bailey and happy Saturday. It is the first weekend of Squash That series. It is Saturday, August 7th, and I'm quickly gonna catch you up in case you didn't see my first vlog for Squash That series, but if you haven't, you should definitely go watch that. I am currently on the first level, which is starting off hot, and I am in the middle of a couple books right now. So I'm in the middle of Winds of the Storm by Beverly Jenkins. I'm reading this. It is the second book in a trilogy, and this is the trilogy I chose for reading an entire trilogy. So I am maybe a third or so of the way into this one. And then I'm also reading Fallen by Karen Slaughter, and this is for On My TBR the longest, and I am like 85 pages into this one as well. But I am going to start today, because I feel like I deserve it, it's Saturday, with the graphic novel I put on my TBR, and this will fulfill the prompt of a sequel to a 5-star, and I really just want to sit down, read this. Like I said, I feel like I deserve it. I love this series so much, and this will get me to the next level. So I am going to sit down and read Heartstopper Volume 3, like right now. I'm just going to do it. But yeah, I'm excited for everything that I have planned this week. If I end up finishing some of those today, I'll tell you what I plan on reading next. But for now, this is what I'm working with. And yeah, it's only like 9 a.m. I do have a couple plans today. We are going to drive to the town I grew up in and meet up with my sister. It is like their county fair. So I'm just going to grab some food and leave. Like, we're not going to stay at the fair long. But there's a couple foods I would really like. Firstly being our like local Mexican restaurant there has a stand at the fair, and I always think it's better there. I don't know if it's greasier or what, but I like to get an enchilada at the fair, which may seem weird. And then there is like a Greek shish kebab stand that is like my favorite thing ever. So I need one of those also, and I'll probably grab like a smoothie. And depending on what Chris eats, I'll probably have a bite or two of whatever he gets as well. So that's the plan for today. We're not doing that. Chris is working till noon, so we're not doing that till at least like 2 p.m. I have quite a bit of time today. It's the weekend. I'm so happy. But yeah, I will pop back in probably an hour or so when I finish Heartstopper. Okay, I did finish Heartstopper Volume 3, and I actually ended up giving this one 4 stars instead of 5 stars, which is the first one I've done that with. But this one follows them going on like a school trip to Paris, which I did think was interesting, but I do like the school setting in the previous two. So they're like on summer break going on this trip, and this book had a lot more to do with like coming out. And also one of our main characters, Charlie, there is a discussion around like an eating disorder. Again, I think in each volume you just see their relationship grow, and I did like in this one like seeing they're obviously spending a lot more time with their friends because they're on this trip with their friends. The previous ones have had a little bit more to do with their families and such. So overall, I still really had a good time with this one, but I am excited to get to the 4th volume in hopes that they are like back home. I'm not sure if they will be going into the next school year yet or not, but that's just how I kind of left this feeling. So now onward with my day. I think I'm gonna start off with some of this and this, but I think I'm gonna go into this for now. I'm gonna read them simultaneously. It is evening now, but I had like the best day eating good food, which is like the best kind of day to have. But I did want to update on Fallen by Karen Slaughter, because I do think that I had started this book at some point, and I think that I'm just now getting past where I had read to before, if that makes sense, like past wherever I had DNF'd it at before. And it's also been a while since I've read any part of this series, so I'm getting just like a refresher on who all the characters are. You definitely don't have to like remember what happened in the previous books. They all stand on their own. They are like detective books, and you follow our main characters Will and Faith. They're like partners. But in this book, Faith's mom has gone missing, and something happened when she was watching Faith's baby in the beginning. So the first like scenes are like Faith going home to get her daughter and finding like this situation going on basically. And so I'm very intrigued by that. And if there's anything you need to know about me, I am like true crime obsessed, but I love, like, more than listening to like murder cases, I love missing persons cases. So I'm very intrigued. Like, her mom is missing now. Like, her baby was fine, but her mom is missing. Like, what's going on? Welcome to laundry day. Chris is gone today, so I am eating a lunch of gas station cheese-filled breadsticks. And I also got some orange juice while I was there, so. But today is going to be a big day. We are doing sprints on Kayla's channel around 3 o'clock today. And this morning I did finish Winds of the Storm by Beverly Jenkins, which sadly I ended up giving this one 2 stars. For me, I just like didn't believe the romance. It started as like he thinks she's experienced because she's pretending to be like the madam of this brothel, but she's not because it's like a front. And so when they start having like sexual encounters, he thinks she's experienced, but it's really like her first time. And then it was really just a sexual relationship to me, and then you're supposed to be convinced that they're in love at the end, and I just wasn't. So that's unfortunate because I gave the first book 3 stars and that one 2 stars, but I am going to read the third one to complete the whole trilogy, to complete that prompt. So, oh well. But like I said, it is laundry day. I do need to get some chores done before that live show. I'm gonna eat this food and then continue reading. My last update for the weekend, it is Sunday night. It's time to watch our shows. The sprints went really good today, and I did read like 250 pages today, which is pretty good. I did end up starting First Comes Like by Alicia Rye. I'm like 40 pages into it maybe, and that is like one of the lowest rated books currently on my like want to read shelf on Goodreads, and I've enjoyed the first 2 books in that series, so I'm wondering what happens here that everyone seems to not like so much. I do enjoy their writing style, so hopefully it's something that doesn't end up bugging me that much. But I am going to go get in bed, watch TV, and I'm so bummed that it's Monday tomorrow. Good morning. I am packing this to come with me today, but I am going to start listening to the audiobook of Enjoy the View by Sarah Morgenthaler at work today. That is a 3rd book in the series, and I thought it was going to be the last one, but it looks like there's actually going to be more in the series. And I'm not like completely in love with the series, so for me, if this gets like a 3 star or less, I'm probably gonna give up on that series. I've also physically read the first 2, and this will be the first one I try on audiobook, so I don't know if that'll be worse or better for me. But that's today's plan. Not sure how much reading I'll do tonight. It is the Bachelorette finale tonight. This is like a really bad time of year for me because all of my TV shows are on. I usually do not watch that much TV, but the last like month or so, it's felt like I've had TV on every day. There's a pile of dirty laundry in the back. You can still kind of see it, but oh well. So it is Tuesday morning now. Yesterday I did actually end up listening to the entirety of the audiobook of Enjoy the View by Sarah Morgenthaler, which is the 3rd book in the tourist attraction series. I think the series is called Moose Springs, Alaska, but the first book is the tourist attraction. And I ended up giving that one 2 stars, and I know I said if I didn't enjoy that one, I would probably give up on the series, but I have a very specific reason why I didn't actually enjoy that one. So what I love about that series so much is the setting of Moose Springs, Alaska, and this one was actually set mostly not like in the town. The 2 main characters are like doing a mountain climbing expedition, and most of this book is set like on the mountain and doing this climbing, which I didn't really care about. And this one to me the most felt like insta-love, so that's kind of why this one ended up at 2 stars. I probably will give the next one a chance because I think I know who it's going to be about. It hasn't been announced who the like main person in that one's going to be, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I know who it is, so I would probably give it a chance. Our garbage truck is driving by one moment. But for an update on Fallen by Karen Slaughter, I have almost exactly 100 pages left in this, and my enjoyment is going down. My issue with this is I don't think that publication year excuses any of this, but this was published in 2011. And a lot of this book has to do with like gang activity, and so there are things that have been said just about like the races of the gangs that kind of rub me the wrong way. But it's not that I don't think that they're accurate, but it's, you know, you have white cops and then like not white gang members is the dynamic here. And also our main character's brother, which he is framed as being like they don't get along, not a good person, her brother, does use the R word, which I hate. Like that is, I just don't think it should ever be used. I think even if you're trying to paint someone as a villain, like there's other words to use. I just don't think that word should be used, period. So those things kind of are rubbing me the wrong way. The story is like interesting. They're starting to put pieces together about like the fact that Faith's mom, Evelyn, is missing. And I don't think I mentioned when I talked about this before that Faith's mom also used to be a cop. So they think that the reason this all happened has something to do with like cases she worked in the past. But we are doing sprints on my channel again tonight, so I'm hoping to finish this during that. Like I said, I only have about 100 pages left, but I won't have any time to read basically until the sprints. They start at 5. I get off work at 4, so that's like right after I get to work. I don't think I'm going to listen to anything today at work. I think I'm going to try to catch up on some YouTube watching. So yeah, that's the update until tonight if I stay awake long enough to update. I keep like in the mornings when I know I have to update now, like turning my music on, making myself sing so that I hopefully don't have as much of like morning voice. Let me know if it worked. Good morning. Happy Wednesday now, which will be the last day of this vlog. But last night on sprints, I did end up finishing Fallen by Karen Slaughter finally. And I'm actually giving that one 2 stars. The ending, some stuff happened that really rubbed me wrong. It is slightly spoilers, but it had to do with just like some problematic stuff regarding like racism in my opinion. And so that really dropped my rating. I did let it sit at 2 stars instead of 1 because I am really interested in like the storyline that one of our main characters, Will Trent, like his personal life is taking. So I do think that I will give this at least 1 more book. I had said in that live when I finished this that I actually had not read an installment in this series since 2019. So I don't know if I had just forgot some of the like themes of the series, but I will give it 1 more try to make sure that that's not going to be an issue like going forward in the series. But it is a really long series. I also this morning, so I'm like 40 pages into First Comes Like by Alicia Rai. This morning I started Captured by Beverly Jenkins because that will complete that trilogy for me. And then today at work, I think I'm going to listen to One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. I don't think that will qualify me for any prompts. It'll give me audiobook a sequel again, but I already did that one once. But it will get me caught up on that series because the next book isn't expected to publish till 2023. So that'll let me like sit pretty with that series for a little bit and be caught up. So like I said, I'm not sure I will finish anything today, so this might be kind of my last update, but I will pop in this evening. I actually will today and wrap up this vlog. Here's the deal. I did not end up liking One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus like at all basically, and I think I definitely need to just like come to terms with the fact that I don't like YA thrillers. But I guess this is more of a mystery than a thriller, but specifically with this one, the basic premise of this, like we learn in the first book that this high school loves their gossip. And so without getting into like the premise of that, because this is a separate thing, the premise of this one is basically that this like gossip column is coming back in the format of like if you don't do a dare, then they're gonna let like one of your deepest secrets out. And in the first one you learn that somehow these people know like the worst secret you could think of to be released, that it's gonna be that secret. So in this one though, somebody ends up dying doing one of the dares. So that's like the basic premise of this. My first main issue is that there were too many characters to follow in this and I simply could not care. Like way too many people to follow, couldn't keep them all connected. I listened to this in one day, like I wasn't missing anything. So just way too many people. 2, I do not believe that an entire high school worth of people, knowing that somebody died because of this game, would not like tattle that this was going on. It was very like, you can't tell the teachers, you can't tell the parents because then they're gonna know, then we're not gonna be able to have our phones, this and that. And I just don't believe that. And then just the general issue I have with YA thrillers is these teenagers are not gonna be who's solving these crimes, things going on. It's just so unbelievable to me, and it's definitely my issue that I can't suspend my disbelief but I overall just didn't have a good time, so I gave this 2 stars. I'm gonna be giving up on this series. And there's another series in my mind that I'm also in the middle of that is a like YA thriller that I'm like, do I just not even try with that one either? But I'm not sure yet. Okay, it is time for me to wrap up the second part of my Squash That series vlogs. So I will have one more vlog after this one, which will have the last 4 days of the readathon in it. But let's recap this vlog. So in the last 5 days, I read Heartstopper Volume 3. I gave this one 4 stars. I read Winds of the Storm by Beverly Jenkins, and I gave this one 2 stars. I listened to the audiobook of Enjoy the View by Sarah Morgenthaler, and I gave that one 2 stars. Then I read Fallen by Karen Slaughter, and I gave this one 2 stars. And then today I listened to One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus, and I gave that one 2 stars. So I read a lot of things, but I didn't have great ratings. I did want to quickly say that I did make significant progress in First Comes Like. I'm just over 100 pages into this one, and I am enjoying this one so far. So you'll have to stay tuned to the next vlog to see how I end up liking this one. And I'm also in the middle of Captured by Beverly Jenkins. So in this vlog, the prompts that I completed were a sequel to a 5-star book, audiobook a sequel, sequel on my TBR The Longest, and I did technically read a second book in a series, with this one being the second in the whole trilogy I'm trying to complete. So the only prompts I have left for the remaining 4 days are to complete that entire trilogy prompt with that final book. I need a final book in a series, I need a 2021 pub, and I need to read The Governess Game as the series I had most recently started before the readathon had started. So I have faith in myself. I am going to try to complete everything, but so far I am in like the 3rd tier out of 5 of the levels. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Please hope for me that my ratings in the next one are better and that I can finish this challenge at the top level. Thank you so much for spending some time with me these last few days, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!